Hello neighbors, my name is Christopher Bradford. I'm here primarily to communicate to you guys the experience I had during my meeting with Jimmy Panetta a couple days ago. I met with him to express the community's needs, to express what we were experiencing as residents here and constituents of his while being customers of Big Basin Water. And the issues with Big Basin Water are deep and widespread. And a lot of them are related to infrastructure, and they're going to take a couple of different partners for us in government in order to solve. I'm expressing to Jimmy all the things that we were experiencing, including the outages, including folks dealing with the boil notices and not having regular, clean, potable water, and of course the issues with the sewer system. Jimmy listened. He had a number of members of his team there, not only taking notes, but offering suggestions on what we can do on our end to help move things forward in a way that gets us to a place where either Big Basin Water or whatever entity ends up managing the water system here over the long run can provide us with clean, potable water, so that we can still live in our homes. Those of us that are fire victims can rebuild, can hook up to sewer, can hook up to the water, and start recovering in that way as well. So Jimmy is our representative at the federal level, which means he can help provide funding, infrastructure funding, that sort of thing, and that's what he's committed to me to doing for us. So I have a meeting again with Gail Pelerin. She's our state level representative, and she'll be able to do more of the stuff that has to happen down here so that there is a place for Jimmy to send these funds. Right? So Biden passed his infrastructure bill, and there are funds available for folks who need to rebuild key infrastructure, but you have to have a public partner. As the Big Basin Water is privately owned, there's no direct path for funding from the government to arrive in their hands to enact these repairs. So what we need on our end is a public partner for the federal government to have in order to receive these funds and make these changes for us. So that means we would need, if we're being frank, we need the county to step up, to take over the system, to be willing to purchase the system from Big Basin Water, however that works, so that they can receive these funds, repair this infrastructure, and get us going properly. And again, I don't know if you guys have all had a chance to read the report from what SLV Water District concluded, but they're estimating nearly $40 million worth of repairs in order to get Big Basin Water's infrastructure where it needs to be, so that we have that clean, potable water. And that's a huge, huge, huge amount of money for a private organization to take on, because if you're profit-based, taking on $40 million worth of debt for maybe 600 customers for your water service is just, it would not be a great business choice for a private entity. But public entities aren't here to profit, right? They're here to serve the constituents. They're here to take care of the public health, to take care of our well-being, and that's their duty. So I'm not saying that we have a lot of options outside of the county taking over here. Private investment seems very unlikely to occur, and public investment can't happen, until Big Basin Water is a public entity. So that's the direction that I think we're going to have to go. Of course, open to suggestions. I'm not the one making these decisions. I'm just trying to speak to our representatives and make sure that our voices are heard, and that we get some real progress on this. The water board, I haven't heard any plans. I keep hearing rumors of plans, people having great intentions and ideas, but we've been talking about this stuff for more than a year now, and we're no closer to resolution than we were before, in my opinion. So it's time to really up the ante with the public pressure that we're trying to put. So if you can join that letter writing campaign that we've got going in the private group, that'd be fantastic. Let's let our representatives know that this is important and it needs to be taken care of. And this isn't certainly no personal attack on the Moore family. There's only so much you can do with the resources you have. That being said, we're this is about us being able to have clean water for our families and our friends, and it just has to be addressed. There's no getting around it. If you are a Big Basin Water customer and you have ideas outside of what I've expressed, I would love to hear about them. Please communicate in the group. I'll be sure to update everyone after my meeting with Gail to see what she has to say. But fundamentally, I think we need to create that pipeline between the federal government and our local area. And we're not incorporated. There's no city government for them to work with. The county is the only entity that can step up to the plate and solve this issue for us. And we're tax-paying citizens of this county, and we shouldn't be treated as second-class citizens because we're rural or because we're in a non-incorporated area of the county. We not only need this help, we have to demand it. We have to create public pressure, because that's the only thing that these folks respond to. So that's all. I think I've covered everything that I can cover in this particular video. Just a few quick bullet points. One, Jimmy Panetta and his team are ready to help with infrastructure funds when they have a partner to receive those funds here at our level. Two, Gail Polarin is our local level, not federal, our state level representative, who can help us kind of close this gap and provide top-down pressure to the folks in the county that we need to make these decisions. And the last point is just that, again, there's a huge amount of expenditure that needs to happen, and it's highly unlikely private investment is going to be able to make the call here. So we all need to get behind kind of one solution and really push hard on our representatives to make sure that they're responding to these needs, so that we can move forward to the next step in whatever the plan may be, to make sure everyone is taken care of here. Okay. All right. So thank you very much. I'll talk to you guys in the groups. Please feel free to leave comments or questions about specific things that we spoke about, or that you want to know if we spoke about in the meeting, and I'll reply to those below here in the comment section. Okay. Thank you very much.